Alright, this next little tutorial is going to be on XML. We've already got one on the web for HTML with CSS. This is just going to be a quick little one for XML. So if we go to all programs, I'm assuming that you've already installed Notepad++. So we're going to go ahead and go to that folder, open up Notepad++. It opens up our previous project, which was the HTML project. I'm going to go ahead and just close this one and close this one out. Well, before I close out the HTML, let's look at that one real quickly before we start the XML. Let's go ahead and start a new file. Of course, we always do the save as thing so we can save it in a certain folder. We're not going to stick it in the HTML practice folder. We're going to stick it into another one called XML practice. Alright, so we're going to click in there, and then we'll just call this one XML test.xml. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and save that, not say it, save it. Alright, the first thing that you're going to want to do at the top of your XML file is type in open bracket question mark XML space version equal 1.0. What this does is it just tells you the reference model that this XML document is going to follow. There's different versions, and each version turns on or turns off different features and things like that. We could have done a different version, but 1.0 is just a good basic version to follow. Much like in HTML, you start your process out with opening something up. So we're going to start with inventory. This is just a little inventory for a bike shop. Okay, it's a bike shop. They also sell skateboards. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add in a bike to this inventory, and the model number for this bike is the 24-inch boys, we'll say girls, mountain bike, because girls should be able to ride mountain bikes, right? So that's the model right there, okay? And then the price for it is, we'll say, this is a nice bike, so we'll say $997.99, and we'll close out the price. Okay, that'll conclude everything for that model that I've written. Let's put in another model. Okay, and we'll call this one the 24-inch boys cruiser bike. Alright, and what would be a good price for that one? A good price for that one, we'll say it's a little bit on the less expensive side, so we'll say $399.99. Close out that price. Okay, and we're going to close out that model as well. Nothing else to really say about that model. And now we'll go and we will move on to the next piece of inventory. What else do you think we might want to put in for inventory? Let's go to skateboards next. I talked about skateboards being available at this store. so this is a different category of item. So the first category was bike. We had 2 bikes in there. Now we're going to have skateboards, and let's enter in a model for the skateboard. Acme Sports skateboard. Alright, and what's the price on that? I don't know what skateboards run. Maybe this one will be $372.97. Okay, we'll close out that price, and we'll close out that model. Whoops. Okay, let's put in another model of skateboard. I keep forgetting that first opening bracket. We'll put in, this is the Rammer Jammer Girls Skateboard. This model is exclusively for girls. It's got pink, but it's a bold pink. You know, it's a girl's skateboard, but it's a bold skateboard. You don't want to mess with this girl on this skateboard, basically, is what we're saying here. It's a nice one, so it's $1,032.97. Close out that price, and we'll close out that model, and we'll close out the skateboards. One thing I did not do up here, after this model, I forgot to close out the bike. Okay. Okay, so only thing left to do now is just close out our inventory list, and we're done. Let's just check it really quickly. So we got our XML version at the top, 1.0. Inventory, we close the inventory, we start the bike, we end the bike, we start the skateboards, we end the skateboards. Alright, start model, end model, start price, end price. Start, end, start, end. Start, end, start, end, start, end. Start, end, start, end. Okay, so that should be good to go. Alright, so now what I want to do is browse to that folder. Alright, we'll go to the desktop. We're going to find that folder, XML practice. Alright, there's our XML test. Let's open this with Internet Explorer. Doesn't really matter. So what we've got here is we've got basically all the items to our XML document. There, you can see that they are kind of tiered. Okay, so you've got the bike area, the skateboards area. All this together is called the inventory. Within bike, you've got 2 models. Within skateboards, you have 2 models. All right. Let's see what happens if we click on one of these little dashes here. Alright, it closes down the skateboards. What if we click on bike? It closes down the bike. So if we open up bike, we can see the 2 models. We can also minimize the model we don't want. You can go here, you can expand that. You can minimize the model you don't want or expand it back out again. Okay, well this is cute. This is neat. And we can also minimize the entire inventory if we want to. So why would we ever want to do this? That's the question. Why in the world would this be beneficial? Okay, well here's the thing. What we're showing you is that okay, you can take XML, you can write XML, and you can actually display the contents in a web browser. It's not very pretty. What we would want to do is do some CSS styling with it to make it look a little bit better. But just to let you know that yes, you can display XML in a browser, and it'll let you basically kind of expand or contract certain areas of the XML document. The other thing that I wanted to show you about XML is that really at its roots, XML wants to be a data repository, meaning it wants to be kind of like a database. You could think of XML as a container that you can stick things in, okay? This is basically a flat file version of a database. In fact, a lot of, as we discussed in class, a lot of exchange that goes on between databases and information sources and things like that uses XML as kind of a holding place for that data. Alright, so that's it. Just wanted to give you a quick little brief tutorial on XML. So you have now written your very first XML document. I want to congratulate you and wish you the best in XML world.